Hello and welcome to Kump.
Hello.
Hello, Lucie.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Did you get your free sandwich today?
I did not get my free sandwich. We'll get to that in a minute. Speaking of food, I just want to put you on notice. Scallops. I have purchased scallops because I wanted to be fancy, and they came in the package with the Amazon. Was it fresh? The Whole Foods. They charged me $10 goddamn to deliver. I paid it because I was assured by you that you could cook scallops.
I can cook a scallop.
All right, so we're having scallops after the show. Scallops and asparagus.
I'll make it with lemon and butter.
We don't have lemon.
Yeah, we do.
Where's the lemon?
Why
are you hiding the lemons? I haven't seen a lemon in weeks.
A very popular preparation for scallops is butter and some lemon zest.
Well, yeah,
olive oil.
A very popular way to get high is to smoke heroin, but I don't have any. We have lemon, you're saying?
We have many lemons.
I've never seen a lemon in this house. I have scurvy. That's how much I don't see a lemon around here. Well, I'm excited. I haven't had a scallop in God knows how long. Are they healthy for you?
They're not bad. Yeah, they're not bad for you.
What is a scallop?
I don't know if it's one of those seafoods that's weirdly high in cholesterol, like shrimp.
Show me a living scallop. I want to see what they look like when they're alive. I want to see what I'm dining on. So excited. Oh,
ugh.
What is that?
Freaks.
Is that a mollusk? Is a scallop the same thing as a mollusk? Wait, that's a type of creature. Oh, so this is like the inside. This is the inside meat of a clamshell. Disgusting.
Yeah, it's a type of mollusk.
Wait, those type of yeah. All right. Well,
ooh, that looks pretty when it's in like the ooze of the whatever it's in.
Yeah.
Of the shell. It looks pretty gross.
Yeah, it's not good. We're gonna eat it anyway. We're gonna use the imaginary lemons. So no, I wasn't playing. I didn't get the Grubhub notification because I was too busy thinking about scallops. But apparently, Grubhub sent out a message, an alert around 10 or 11 a.m. today in our area too. Did you get it?
I actually didn't get it. I only read about it later.
Why did we not get alerted to the free sandwiches? But apparently, Grubhub just out of nowhere told a bunch of people in New York you can get a free sandwich, free food, $15, right? And the whole goddamn city has been seized.
Yeah,
it's like after like that movie The Siege with Denzel Washington, and Bruce Willis, and they're shutting down the bridges because he's Grubhub. Well, tell me what happened a little bit.
So I guess this seems predictable, but it's just like. There's, it basically was a disaster. Like, it's like all these like restaurants had to pause Seamless because like hundreds of orders were just coming in for these free lunches.
Okay.
So yeah, it didn't work. And I don't think most people got what they.
So basically they just didn't tell the restaurants. And the restaurants acted like it was Saturday night, where they just cancel your order and don't tell you. And I have to go, and I'm just, where's my goddamn? It's 4 a.m. I ordered at 2 a.m. I'm drunk, and I'm on other things. And where's my roast beef, open faced, smorgasbord?
Yeah.
And they're just saying we canceled this an hour and a half ago. Didn't even tell you. Go to hell. And I'm supposed to feel bad. Everyone, the restaurants, what about the people who work in the sewers? No one ever goes on Twitter saying, hey, you should tip the guy who unclogs the sewer. No one. It's a mafia of waiters and bartenders and waitresses and hostesses, all just like, don't show up at the restaurant and ask to be seated unless all your party's there. Don't you understand how we organize? No, I go to a restaurant because I don't want to think about these things. If I wanted to plan a banquet, I would go to a Knights of Columbus and order a fatted calf. and a gloggen of wine.
Yeah, but who has to make that fatted calf?
The
and
man,
bring it to you on a plate.
I'll find a guy on Craigslist with a blowtorch, and he'll just hold it over for 6 hours. I'll cut the calf myself. I'll make an incision down the middle, and I'll hold it open for the guy. They bring the blowtorch. Bring me the blowtorch. Hold it into this calf's wound that I've created. And he'll just, like, I'll say, no. Raise the torch. We don't want to cook it too quick. Slow cooking's how you do it. Raise up the torch.
This would be potentially a good role for a Kump intern.
Yes.
Holding the blowtorch as you hold just the rib cage of a cow.
Yeah, we'll take bolt cutters to the ribs.
Yeah.
The rib cage. Make some incision, and then just, that's how it works. When you cut the ribs, they kind of spread. I'll hold the skin back because it's a fatted calf. It's got plenty of skin fat to hold back. That's how you know it's tasty. And he'll say, my arms are getting tired. I'll say, get some crutches from the local pharmacy, not the CVS. They don't have them. Go to a local pharmacy, get some crutches to rest your arms, because we're gonna be cooking for hours. Slow cook. And I'll be at the Knights of Columbus, and I'll put a little. We'll get some kind of mariachi band or techno band. One of the two, and then we'll have a little fatted calf party, and I don't have to worry about waiters and make sure you don't, put your drink orders in at the same time. Shut up, we're all drinking out of a gloggen of ale.
Right.
I'm sick of the service industry trying to shame everyone every 5 seconds on Twitter. Tip this amount. I tip plenty. Oh, I tip 85% if it's raining. Shut up.
You're making yourself sound like a terrible tipper right
I'm
now.
an amazing tipper. Well, not amazing. I'm a good
you're
tipper.
A great tipper.
Yeah, I'm a great tipper. Yeah. I'm, and I don't even think, I'm so generous. I feel like that's the appropriate, you should tip a good amount, at the very least 20, but definitely go way beyond that, often.
But you're conjuring an image of yourself.
I hate this implication.
When the waitress comes with the bill, you just start biting her.
No, but it's
and you go, there's your tip.
It's when you get on Twitter. It's like, if you order more than 2 entrees, you should tip 135%. If you don't do that, you're a scumbag. You might as well be a Philistine. And what were the actual Philistines? Were they in the walls of Jericho? No, it was Philistine. Because people use that term, but I mean, you might as well be on the walls of...
Goliath was a Philistine.
Oh, you fat Goliath. I'll hit you with a rock with a sling if you don't tip 622% on your Egg McMuffin, you scum. That's what I encounter. You're off Twitter. You don't see it. It's all Elon Musk and how much do you tip? It's a shakedown. So yeah, I don't know why we get onto this. Oh, Grubhub. So I didn't get the Grubhub thing. I wouldn't have, honestly, I've gotten, because I think I signed up for this, because I use Seamless, which is Grubhub somehow, but not. They're both it's like I'll get notifications that you got your order from Grubhub, but it's not Grubhub, it's Seamless. So I don't know why I didn't get the little treat. I wanted I would have taken a treat. We're taking a scallop sandwich, But so you didn't get it either.
No.
See, I wouldn't even thought anything of it because I think I signed up for the trial of the Seamless Plus and then got to cancel it.
Yeah.
Because it was try it for a week and you'll save some money. And I was like, I know you're up to something. And I'm, this is how I live my life. Poorly. But I get, sometimes I'll get a little deal. They go, here's a free meal. I go, thank you. So I would just be like, oh, it's one of those free meals. And I wouldn't have known.
Well, why did they do this? Was this a response to the Buffalo shooting or something?
What? What?
Because it was for New York, right? It was specifically for New York.
Well, the New York City area. I don't know if it was the Buffalo shooting.
I really thought, reading this, I really thought, I guess they wanted to do something nice because of the Buffalo shooting.
I'm like, first of all, thoughts and prayers in a sincere way to everyone. For this awful racist attack.
Yeah.
I mean, People on Twitter are going like, it's not. It's like, don't say it isn't racist. I mean, like, I'm look, it's America, so I'm sure people are saying like it's not racist, but like, no, this one is definitely.
Yeah,
and other ones have been. I'm not sure the whole history of them. But like,
I don't know. I think this angle that it was all about crypto is pretty convincing.
I mean, there's a crypto element to it, but I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I don't think that was the primary motivation.
Yeah, I mean, even like some of the more delusional people or just cynical people, you know, are like they point to this paragraph that's about the environment, but it's like this is how racist the guy was. Even when he starts talking about like pollution and shit, it turns into ranting about blacks and Jews. Like it's like no, like every issue connects back to that.
Yeah,
for this
you
guy.
know, I mean, at the very least, he wasn't focused, and you know, he's evil. But you know, it's like it's also like just this is not I don't think this. Thankfully, this is not like a really well written manifesto. Apparently, I mean, God,
This wasn't a home run.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, look. It's not about that, but thank God. Look, you know, look, I don't know if that helps sway. Like, if people want to be racist and evil, they might just do it anyway. You know,
Right.
But thank God that you know this wasn't like the Hamlet of racism, because that can't do any good. You know, we don't need a really well written manifesto from a racist shooter.
It was a derivative manifesto at best.
Yeah, you know, I mean, what was he saying about crypto?
He was saying that that it was a Ponzi scheme, but that he would be down to get into some crypto that was backed by precious metals.
I hate to even have to like address this. I feel like it's not the thing to address.
We don't.
What?
We don't.
No, I know, but I feel like this is not this element of it. It's not the thing to address.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course.
It's a heinous crime, a hate crime, a legit, you know, an actual full bore hate crime.
Oh yeah. You know, no, everything down to like searching out like a higher population black neighborhood.
No, it's terrible. It's terrible.
It was very disturbing and calculated.
Hideous. That being said, it's this issue is also you know, the whole point of crypto is not to be backed by precious metals.
Right.
That's such a crazy thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's crazier than being racist, but it's also very crazy. That, like, I mean, the whole thing is that, like, precious metals, like, you know, are irrelevant now because of crypto. The blockchain is not supposed to need, like, silver backing it. What is he talking about?
Right.
I mean, honestly, you would hope that that would discredit. I mean, the racism should discredit him.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the very least, that should. But I feel like I have less confidence that like that will even work, because I'm not sure people understand crypto versus, you know, precious metals enough.
Right.
For that to even, like, you would think, oh, look, even if they are racist, they're not going to fall for this. He's like, he doesn't even understand crypto. But, you know, I hope people have enough understanding of crypto to not fall into this racism trap.
Yeah.
Who knows, though? I mean, honestly, people will do anything these days. It's the wild goddamn West out there. I don't believe that you could tell me that, you know, we're literally going to be, like, pirates are going to take over America. Like, old school, Blackbeard, the ships are going to, like, you know, and like, we're all just going to dress up like pirates and eat Grubhub. Free Grubhub meals wouldn't faze me in the least. So I just hope no one. We shouldn't even talk about it. I mean, this came up. I wasn't expecting to talk about it.
Right.
People should we just ignore these things? That might be better.
I don't know if you ignore them because, you know, 8 people were murdered.
I know, but like, I mean, there's a whole thing of like, don't say their name. Totally.
Oh, I'm totally down for don't say their name.
And like, I'm just saying, like, I don't.
And I'm definitely like on the fence about like people probably shouldn't even talk about the details of the manifesto. But in order to establish intent, which is like something the public kind of has the right.
We
to
also
know.
wrote something on the gun, so you didn't really need the manifesto.
That's true. Yeah.
But let's not get into that.
TLDR. Yeah. What was written on the gun?
Right. Yeah, he really wasn't trying to. Yeah, but it wasn't ambiguous. Yeah. But no, I'm just saying, should we just ignore them completely and then like maybe they'll go away? That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, honestly, because these people just seem to, like, kind of want to get into the zeitgeist, whether they get credit or not. Like, you know, whether they're listed in the credits of the movie. Like, you know, if you had a little cameo, who was in sometimes people will make uncredited appearances in movies. You'll see Brad Pitt pop into a Baby's Day Out or something. That didn't happen. But, you know, there's times, like, was Tom Cruise credited in Tropic Thunder?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there are times, type in most famous uncredited roles in movies. Because there's got to be, I'm not talking out of school here.
Cate Blanchett, Hot Fuzz.
Okay, so Cate Blanchett was in Hot Fuzz, uncredited. Now, Cate Blanchett didn't get credit for it, but she's in there. And so it's like, you look at that sad. So I'm just saying, by extension, even talking about what happened, they're like, that was me. Maybe they're telling people in prison, hey, I was the one who did. Like, I'm just saying, it's counterintuitive. But maybe just say 8 babies were born. Look, we use code.
Look, I do think like
the news should use codes like that. 8 babies were born today. I mean, it sounds off. I'm just trying to think outside the box here.
You're advocating for basically a full on like North Korea style state propaganda,
but not for this. Yes. I'm trying to learn from other cultures. I don't know if this happens very often in North Korea. To be fair,
that's true.
You know, because you can't just look when the state controls the media. I don't think you can kind of then ignore. They typically ignore these things, right? China probably too. China doesn't like go on there and go, "Hey, someone attacked us today." You know, some domestic, you know, whatever.
Right.
They just and like maybe look. All I'm asking for is for a digital passport that tells my social standing. What's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with that.
Thank you.
Totally reasonable. No, I mean, like, no. To your point, like, it's like I do sometimes wonder if, like, even if it is kind of true, it's like it is like are the narratives like of like white nationalism like being on the rise and almost winning, like it, you know, does that kind of just empower white nationalists?
Probably.
To feel like they're part of a really successful like militant force.
I don't know how you think you're success. I mean, yeah, it's just like it's. You know, there's way. I don't look. I mean, I don't want.
I don't know.
It's like it's no matter what. And I'm not saying I'm not like saying because I'm afraid to like say something offensive. But I bet it's an awful thing. You don't want to minimize it. But like yeah. But I agree. I think it probably does. And like I get how horrible it would also be to ignore that it happened.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying maybe for 6 months to a year we try it.
It's almost just like when a country is going to shit, you're in a lot of lose-lose situations.
Yeah. you look. This is not like a great plan. This isn't like, you know, there's literally like demons flying in the sky. Like the rivers are blood. They're just blood. There's like the plagues and all that. You don't think when each in the story of the Bible with the Pharaoh and Moses, you don't think one of like, what was it, the Pharaoh's advisors were like, I don't know, maybe we let them go. Yeah. I mean, we're like, you know, I mean, it's like, oh, he's blotted the sun out with gnats. So can we do we have any kind of, can we just put poison in the air? Like, we gotta kill people. I'm just trying things out here, you know? That's where we're at here. I'm just trying, speculating spuriously. Anyway, back to Grubhub. So what was the outcome of this? Or did anyone die from this, from the Grubhub?
No, I mean, they just shut it down.
They shut Grubhub down.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
No, not the whole thing. Just their generous project.
Oh, okay. So people are literally calling, going like, you know, just like screaming. I mean,
I think maybe it crashed. Like
I saw pictures of like certain restaurants and like some, I don't even know what it was. It wasn't Sweet Green, but it was something like that in the Penn Station rest and like. But they had one of those things where like, you know how restaurants now, and like at least in the city, they'll have shelves, and then you put the takeout orders on the shelves for like the delivery guys to pick up, just stacked. But that might be every day. I don't know. It's probably lunchtime in Penn Station. There's a lot of hungry people in New York. So Grubhub, now, did we give them a thumbs up?
Look, it's like it's not a terrible sentiment The only thing is, like, you are just kind of thrusting this on a bunch of restaurants. It was kind of a dick move.
They should have just placed a bunch of. They should be able to use an app, right? Their app they have an app. They can and coordinate a bunch of restaurants using algorithms not to overstrain any of them and deliver them to homeless people. You know, but I guess that's not repeat customers.
Yeah,
right. Some of them have phones. I hear.
Homeless people?
Well, there's the homeless like you think
I don't
of.
doubt it, yeah.
Typically, and then there's also like the contingent of young homeless.
Right.
Who I don't want to say is vulnerable, but it's not the same. Whatever you want to say, it's not the same as like what you think of typically as the homeless. And like it's, you know, they have RVs, they live under the overpass, and I'm saying it's just kind of they have phones. I'm not sure if the other like homeless people who are a little more, they seem a little more vulnerable and, you know, out of their element, even though they're in their element. Well, that sounds bad. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. We've all lived with homeless people, at least in New York, for decades, our whole lives. We don't homeless. And then there's a whole new type of homeless person. I'm saying one of them has phones.
Right.
And they might use Grubhub. Bring it to the overpass. I want my fajitas. Like I live in a house to have a fajita? Get out of here. Thumbs down, Grubhub. Anyway, speaking of such, speaking of food, again, we've been in a baby shortage. Wait. Excuse me.
No. If anything, it's a baby excess now.
Oh, well, not yet. Look,
we don't want to blame the babies.
That's not what we're talking about today. We already addressed that. All right? We're moving on. We're talking about
No, but I'm saying...
No. Just can we move on? For good reason. Please?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to try to move on today, see how it works.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. We have, what I meant to say is we have a baby formula shortage.
Yes.
Yes. Right. Can you, this has been going on for over a week. I've made tweets about it. Can you just look up Google? Why is there a baby formula?
I know why there's a baby
why
shortage.
is there?
Because Abbott, which is one of the major like the baby formula industry is basically run by monopolies, and that has a lot to do with like how the state coordinates with different corporations that like distribute baby formula. So this
wait, explain.
There's like 3 or 4 companies that.
So
like,
Abbott. Wait, so I'm sorry, I'm just not following.
One of them is Abbott.
So Abbott.
Maybe just let me explain. Just let me explain.
Okay.
Like so there's 3 or 4 like industry
companies like Abbott. You mean
companies like Abbott,
okay.
including Abbott, that like just run the baby formula game.
Okay.
Right. And they have a lot of contracts with like state governments and stuff. And
to do what? Like for ballparks?
Like in order, like coordinating with like public service programs like WIC and stuff.
Oh,
like,
okay. The WIC is like food stamps for baby formula.
Yeah. It's just it's like
they just give out baby formula.
Yeah, it's like discounted to free like baby formula for like women below the poverty line or whatever.
Okay.
But like so Abbott, the FDA spotted some like dangerous like chemicals in like Abbott's formula that made a few like babies pretty sick, like seriously sick.
Oh.
And so Abbott did this like massive recall on baby formula, and that through like a series of like mishandlings led to a shortage.
So a few babies couldn't handle their shit. Is what you're trying to tell me. A few babies, like were these babies just like, I have a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
I was reading this tweet thread today just before the show, and like, look, I know anxiety is real, but here's what. Sorry, let's step on this, but they were like.
No, that's it. I mean,
no. Yeah. People were asking about, like, someone was asking, like, oh, how do you hail a cab in New York City? And it's like, do you actually yell cabbie? And like, no, whatever. But then someone down the thread was like, well, you actually have to stick your arm out, though? Oh, I have so much anxiety, I couldn't do that. And it's like, what? And like, it's not so much that, like, maybe you can, maybe you can't. But like, why are you, like, bragging about that? Why are you, like, proclaiming that on Twitter? Why are you not, if you're so irrationally embarrassed to be, sticking your hand out for the cab.
Right.
Shouldn't you also be embarrassed to say that?
Yeah.
I don't know. But look, I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist. I'm just me. And I was only alluding to the idea that maybe these babies have that kind of thing where they have anxiety.
Right. No, I think it was just like giving them.
It was poison.
Yeah, it was poisoning.
All right. Well, look, fair. I'm just throwing it out there. All right. So basically, that makes people are blaming capitalism and everything, like 'cause they couldn't produce enough thing, but they recalled it. Like I'm not on the side of Abbott.
To be fair, because it was poisoning baby, but like.
Well, yeah, but I mean, look, I'm not on the side.
You can't see it. One of the things you can't do in government is just see a bunch of poison babies and go like, let's see where this goes.
But did the government recall it, or did Abbott recall it?
Well, a recall was forced.
Well, not by nature. I mean, companies recall all the time.
That's true, but I think it was because of FDA regulations.
Well, look, I mean, like babies are getting sick. Abbott's like, look, we don't want to be we're baby formula company. If we get known as the baby poison company, that ain't good for business. I know there's like thresholds there, right? We've all seen Fight Club.
Right.
We all get like, oh, I determine how many babies can get poisoned before we recall it. I get it. But people were framing this like capitalism can't produce the goods. And it's like, well, look, I mean, capitalism stopped babies from dying. They also cause babies to die, perhaps. But I mean, it's a double-edged sword, you know?
No, there is like an argument about like who's to blame here because some people...
The babies.
Mostly the babies. Yeah. And the selfish mothers who don't want to use their tits for their intended purposes.
I mean, look, I get it. You want to keep them fresh.
Oh, I squirt blood whenever I try to breastfeed. Just muscle through it.
Are there some times when like the mother can breastfeed, but the baby is just so crazy that they just bite the wrong part every time?
Oh yeah, no, babies suck.
Yeah,
like babies are bad at sucking.
Yeah.
Like they're like they have to be like trained to suck right.
Like you try to nurse it, and it's like, give me the bottom of that tit.
There's a whole I mean, I think there's like a lot of money spent on like latching experts who are just there to push your baby's dumb mouth in the right position.
Jesus,
like
this doesn't seem right.
How did we get this far exactly?
Wet nurses
as a species, like
wet nurses.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, honestly, like a lot of kids died, and then like the rich people had like, I don't know if they were slaves or not. I mean, at one point they were slaves, at other points they were just people who did that, I guess, in the Middle Ages, and there were some serfs maybe. Yeah. But I think a lot of history is like, they figured out who could breastfeed properly and well. They just kept them full of milk for their whole life.
I guess
my point is like, it's not. I don't know if like there was ever a time before now. Like, it's probably the best it's ever been.
Yeah.
I
wonder if it makes you like a good good wet nurse.
Just a series of exercises. Jordan Peterson has a really good book about this actually. It's just about fighting the dragon and getting your milk. It's like, look, I mean, is the wide hip thing a myth? No, right? I know.
Like birthing hips?
Yeah, is that some kind of weird eugenics myth, or is that a real thing?
I think it's a real thing. So I guess maybe big meaty tits are better at breastfeeding.
I would imagine they're like all things being equal. Yeah, probably. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine you got the framework there to fill up with milk. I'm not saying you can't do it otherwise, but it's like it's like, are some people better suited, better for baseball or for basketball? Is LeBron James have an advantage in basketball? Sure.
Yeah.
And these big mini tits also have an advantage. Whatever. I mean, people like to get down on women who can do formula, but
No, look, sometimes it is really necessary. Like, it's like if you're not like I think women with twins a lot of the time, like they don't produce enough milk or whatever.
One each.
Yeah.
What happens when you don't have twins? You alternate.
you want to put twins on an OMAD diet? Like
no,
once a day for each of you.
Well, how does it work? Do you use both? Do you milk out of both?
I don't know how common it is to milk out of both.
See?
I have no idea.
But they both can fill up, right?
Yeah.
We should
ideally.
We should get an expert on this and talk to them.
Yeah.
And and they'll hang up in 5 minutes probably. But so what so basically Biden apparently is invoking the Defense Production Act to make baby formula.
Oh, okay.
Google this, please. Because I only saw the headline. I want to see if he's just, senile again. If he thinks this is going to, if he thinks this is the same thing as student loan forgiveness.
Defense Production Act to boost baby formula manufacturing.
This can't end badly, can it? It's going to put, gunpowder in the baby formula. Depleted uranium baby formula. You got any factoids there?
I'm trying to find... Oh, okay. The Defense Production Act gives the president broad authority to require companies to prioritize the manufacture and allocation of goods in response to a crisis.
Well, I know what the Defense Production... what are they actually going to do, though?
Okay, so Biden has directed Health and Human Services Department and the Department of Agriculture...
You better tell me it's a survey.
To use aircraft from the Defense Department.
What? Wait, what? To do what?
to blow up the babies.
This is like Speed. It's like that
if
movie.
There's less babies.
Shoot the baby. What do you do?
Then we're golden. No one can touch us.
The baby needs formula. There's not enough formula. What do you do? Shoot the baby.
Not a good start, but okay. So he's directing them to use
just drain the fuel out of the put it in a bottle from the airplane. All right, so what are they going to do? Were they going to airlift formula out of Canada or something?
Okay, so they're going to use aircraft from the Defense Department to pick up infant formula from overseas.
That's not the Defense Production Act. That's like the Defense Pickup Act. I thought they were going to seize I thought they were going to seize the Goodyear tire plant or something and start making baby formula there.
Yeah, I imagine them just making their own baby formula too.
I mean, it's might as well be Domino's Pizza. We're just picking it up.
We're just invading other countries and stealing their formula.
Yeah, whose formula are we stealing? Which babies are going to go hungry? Because honestly,
we're literally just starting big milk farms of Iraqi women.
Oh God. Oh no. I just
Too much?
I just no. It's. I mean, I just believe it could happen. So I feel terrible.
Right? Yeah.
But I assumed it was more we're just stealing someone else's baby formula, Sri Lanka.
Oh yeah, we're definitely just raiding countries right now.
I mean, that's
raiding
crazy.
villages.
This is going to be a problem. This is not going to help our image overseas if we start starving foreign babies.
Yeah.
How is Abbott doing anything? Is Abbott are they making new formula, or are they still trying to figure out how not to poison babies?
Okay, so that's what I'm kind of unclear on, because so some people are saying that the problem is the FDA is being like bloated and too restrictive about like the kind of baby formula they let on the market. But some people are saying,
did they change it recently?
No, I think they've always kind of had these regulations.
People have had baby formula for decades.
Yeah.
All right. I mean,
maybe some of them are new. I don't know. But
I don't think you become the monopoly by new, but being new.
Right. But also, okay, but I've also heard some people saying that Abbott is that not a lot of that they make different things and again, I'm not
what
sure.
What else do they make?
I'm not sure if this is true, but a lot of these companies, baby formula actually makes up a small percentage of their profits, so they're not really putting a move on,
Is baby formula not profitable? It probably is, right? I mean, it's just corn syrup and a few a few Metarex bars ground up, probably. Right? I mean,
it's liquefied Cliff bars.
Yeah. I mean, so I don't I don't I get it, just why do we have conglomerates? Why is can't we just make that illegal? Why does the company that makes switchblades also need to make baby formula?
Yeah.
Why is the company that makes electrified fences for cows also the company that makes a binky? It doesn't make sense. I get you want to diversify, but if you're not going, what does that make any sense? What's the point of diversifying if you can ignore part of your portfolio? Well, we don't really make that much money off this, so why did you buy it?
Yeah.
For the PR. So when you drop is it owned by like, defense contractors? So it's like, your bomb like blew up a hospital in like, in Iran. It's like, we also make baby formula. I just want to put that out there. We also feed little babies. So yes, these babies died, but other babies, they're doing all right. I don't understand. This is diversification, like Disney owning every. I mean, I get that because they want to make Avengers that has like the cat from the Puss in Boots in it. They want to get the rights to Puss in Boots so they can put them in the Avengers. At least that makes sense. But I don't know why this Abbott company is just, who owns Abbott? Let's get to the bottom of this. It's like Watergate. Who owns Abbott? Abbott Laboratories. What else? What else do they do?
Okay, so they have a bunch of subsidiaries.
Satan?
It's a multinational medical devices and healthcare company. They also own Pedialyte, Ensure,
Pedialyte.
Zone Perfect.
I drink Pedialyte after I'm really hungover. And it hydrates you.
We got a big bottle of Pedialyte.
I thought Ensure, right? Isn't Carnation like part of this? Carnation Instant Breakfast?
It might be.
All right, so I mean, these aren't like that diverse. It's not like, we're not talking, it's like baby stuff. I thought you were talking about like they made wrenches. These are all seem in the same vein. But why don't they make enough profit? Is the argument because they give it all a wick? But the government, those things are usually pretty good for the company, right?
Yeah, no, they like they're monopolies.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think companies like, I don't think the U.S. government has a record of screwing over corporations.
Right.
who get contracts.
Right.
All right. Well, I guess we spent enough time on this. I hope the babies live.
Yeah.
We can't talk about this forever.
I mean, should we maybe try and break into? This could be an opportunity for us. We could break into this market.
Okay. You want to be the mother?
Yeah. Okay.
Ma'am, hello. I'm sorry I'm at your door. I'm not a sex offender. I'm just here. I'm a salesman.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Yeah, you could have led with that. I mean, you didn't have to. You saying you're not a pedophile right up front.
I didn't say. I never used those words. I said sex offender. And that's just. That's just the first thing that crosses my mind when I knock on the door.
Well, anyway, come on in.
You just invite me right in. Okay. Well, I didn't even tell you what I'm doing here. I mean, all right.
You're a salesman, right?
Yeah, but you don't know what I'm selling. I'm selling like weird toys, sex toys. It's just bizarre. What if your neighbors see me come in? They'll think and they'll tell your husband.
Well, what is this? The 1950s?
Like, it might as well because we are the first new baby formula company since the 1950s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a big deal because
that's really important.
These scumbags like Abbott, they got a monopoly. They got these country by the balls.
It's horrible. I actually use.
It's hard to say, ma'am, I'm trying to speak here. All right, they got us by the balls, and they just I'm trying to make a living here, and they're just grinding me, and I'm sweating all day, knocking on doors, all these pregnant women. Anyway, what were you saying?
I was gonna say I use formula, and it's actually been very difficult to find recently.
Right, because of the scumbags of Abbott, right?
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but sure.
They poison babies. We don't poison babies.
Oh, okay. What's your formula made from?
Right. So okay, I'm glad you asked. Do you like scallops?
Scallops.
Yes. Now you might think scallops are pretty expensive.
Yeah, and also more adult food, but.
Well, first of all, we wait until the scallops are a little older, and then they get a little mushier, and then we put them in a blender. And then when you blend it up, all the germs go away, all the microbes. It's like an antibiotic. A blender is like an antibiotic for food.
I don't know if that's true, but
so we blend it up into a paste,
okay.
Right? And then we add powdered milk and water. And then there's no corn syrup. A lot of these formulas have corn syrup. We don't do that. All right?
Right.
We pour, remember Ecto Cooler?
No, what is
It was
that?
it's high C, but it was from Ghostbusters. It was green. And we found a whole shipping container full of that. We got it on a discount because they wouldn't let them unload because of the pandemic, and we bought it. We swam up to it with bolt cutters and we cut them open. Anyway, we got a ecto cooler and we dump it into the vat. So it's scallops and then it's a little corn syrup, I guess. I lied about that. And powdered milk.
But I'm pretty sure babies' digestive systems are not really advanced enough to.
Ma'am, are you listening? It's why we blend it
to absorb scallops.
We blend it. I'm not trying to make your baby chew a scallop. I blend it. I mush it up. I mean, do you want me to bite it with my teeth and spit it into your baby's mouth? Is that what you want, Mom?
What kind of nutrients are in this baby formula?
Sea nutrients.
Sea nutrients.
Nutrients of the ocean. Water. Salt. Salt water. I gotta imagine there's some algae. Reef. Is it maybe the scallop ate some bit of reef? Barrier reef. Is that a thing? Probably a little plastic if I'm being honest. I mean, I don't know what's out in the ocean anymore. I mean, I just throw my garbage in the ocean, so I can't imagine. I'm sure you do too.
Yeah. Well, this seems like a pretty, independent operation that you're running.
I got another guy. He's the one who put the money up for all that all those scallops.
How exactly do you package it? Is it sealed? Is it?
We just get Ziploc bags, but we buy the good ones that have the zipper thing. So you don't have to imagine if I was pressing little old school Ziploc bags and then it just goes everywhere. Now I get the zipper thing. I mean, I bring it to you every week. It doesn't go bad.
What happens if you put it in the microwave?
God, you're nosy, aren't you? You a cop? Well, put it in the do whatever you want. If you want to make a soup for yourself, scallop soup. Enjoy that. Why don't you enjoy that? Yeah, boil it. If you want boil, don't you boil formula anyway? I think people do actually.
Oh, probably. Yeah. Yes, you do.
Yeah, and you put the scallops on your skin to make sure it's not too hot for baby.
I thought the scallops were blended.
Yeah, but it's the scallop paste. What's the problem here?
Okay, I'll take 20 cases.
Damn right. Anyway, moving on. I think that could work.
Me too.
Scallops.
Business.
I don't know if you picked it up in the subtext, but they were spoiled scallops.
Oh yeah.
And that was not going to be good for the baby.
It's good though. That was good marketing that you referred to them as more like mature scallops.
Right, but they're poison.
Yeah,
probably.
Rancid scallops.
I can't say for sure. I think when things go, when they go past the expiration date, it's like gambling. You might, I ate, rare meat, rare steak, and I'm as long as there's no E. coli there, I'm fine. That's how I live. We spoke this is a quick one, but we spoke last week about my Slovenian roots. Luka Doncic, right? The basketball decimated the Phoenix Suns. The Slovenian contingent is moving on into the NBA playoffs. They were fined $50,000 for some reason for dancing too loudly after they beat the Suns. That's one of the just a callback to last week. Luka Doncic is alive and well in the playoffs. My Slovenian Renaissance, my is it a Renaissance? Yeah, my Slovenian Renaissance is in full bloom. So that's one of the. Jordan Peterson's in it. We mentioned him before. So Jordan Peterson made a bit of news.
It was definitely news because I don't hear about anything that's going on Twitter, and this definitely came up through the pipes.
Is there anyone who listens to us who wouldn't know who Jordan Peterson is?
I don't think so.
Could you is there a quick summation of who he is in 2 sentences?
He's
He's a doctor.
He's a doctor. He's a psychiatrist, but not anymore.
Right. He's a psychiatrist who like to talk a lot about Greek myths.
And he likes to write listicles in book form, book-length listicles.
12 rules for cooking your scallops.
Yeah.
He's gone through some.
He talks a lot about mythology and witches,
right,
and the Bible.
And he had some setbacks, over the past couple of years. We don't have to get into it. In Russia, I think he was for a while.
Yeah,
we all know the story. So he's doing better. Is the point, and he's back on the mend. Got his show
back on the speaker circuit. I think.
Good for him. Mm-hmm. Make your money. We all gotta make money. He's getting it on social media. Sports Illustrated releases their swimsuit edition. I guess they released the covers. It's not you can't get it yet. You can't buy it yet, I don't think, and take it to your bathroom. You gotta wait for that. But they released this, and there's a picture of this. They have a few different ones. There's an old lady, which is all right, and then there's like a regular one, hot girl probably, right? Yeah. And then there's a girl who's got a bit more padding, cushion for the. That's terrible, right?
Cushion for the pushing.
I mean, that's just she's
got
offensive. It just feels like something I wouldn't want to say.
Yeah, no, that certainly. No, look, there's some people who might affectionately call her chunky.
Look, she's definitely overweight, more so than the last one they had. That was popular. They had
Ashley Graham.
Yeah, they had Ashley Graham a few years back, and she was thicker.
I mean, honestly, Ashley Graham may have been thicker, but she also had like giant tits. Like she had,
right. I'm not saying I can't. I don't know. I'm not one of those guys who looks at a woman and goes, "Triple C's, 36C, got it." I can't clock tits. I mean, I know some tits are bigger than others. I noticed them, but I don't have that kind of visual acumen where I'm like, Hunter.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But point is, this woman was definitely, heavier than I think anyone in Sports Illustrated swimsuits ever been, to be fair. And
she's definitely part of a trend of like showing thicker women on
They were making
cover.
A statement. I mean, they got the old lady on one of the variant covers. It's like a comic book. They got variant covers.
Who was the old lady?
I don't know. Like, some old Nazi. They found in Argentina. Ava Braun's sister.
She was responsible for all the sexual torture at Buchenwald.
I really hope she wasn't like a Jewish woman.
Oh, me too.
only because of what we're saying.
No, that's what I meant too. Chunky women, that's one thing, but Jews, that's going too far.
No, so anyway.
Oh, shit, it was Elon Musk's mom.
Wow. Isn't she like a South African, like emerald mine, like heiress?
I guess.
Oh, well, we weren't that far off, I guess. She's like an apartheid emerald mine heiress. Oh, we're fine.
Yeah, no.
We nailed it.
Absolutely.
All right, so that's weird. Did he just pay for that to happen in some weird way?
I guess so.
Okay, so cool, I guess. Really, really weird. Didn't know that. But the other one, look, she's a heavier woman. Jordan Peterson, responded. I guess they said, "Look at this beautiful woman." And she is, beautiful woman.
Look, she's got a gorgeous face.
Look, she's got
nice tits.
Yeah. You don't have to cut her into segments she's a beautiful woman.
She has a beautiful complexion.
Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah. Well, look, I feel like you're, even though you mean well, you're minimizing. Don't fall into Peterson's trap.
No, I'm just trying to say, it's if we're just going by her physicality.
She has a lot to offer.
She's got a lot to offer.
All right. Now, but that being said, look, he's like, we're mincing words here. What did Peterson say? Do you remember?
Oh, what was the exact tweet? It was something like, I'm pretty sure I'm almost being verbatim here. I don't think I even have to look it up. It was like, sorry, not beautiful.
Yeah. Not beautiful.
Not beautiful. and no amount of authoritarian tolerance will convince me otherwise, basically.
Yes. Now
he actually, what's interesting about it, because of course the left is going to hit him on it.
Right.
But what was actually interesting about it was that a lot of his own supporters and fans
Right.
were replying, going like, "My wife looks like this. I think she's beautiful."
Come on, dude. Come on. I'm trying to get her into you. Come on. Come on.
You know,
Do you want her to show up to your $600 speaking event or not? At the Howard Johnson's.
Yeah, the Howard Johnson's.
Look, I mean, to be fair, it's
the methadone clinic you go to.
Look, I mean, to be fair, he was off base. But like there was, I mean, again, like with the old woman, there was definitely they were making a statement. They did like it wasn't like there was like when he says authoritarian tolerance. That's a weird word for it, like authoritarian tolerance. It's like that's not what he meant. I don't think. I mean, he might think it's what he meant, but that's not the right term for it. I think.
Right.
But like,
okay, here's what I'm gonna argue.
Yeah.
And I'd feel free to disagree, but like,
sure.
I think the first time they did it, it was a statement. Now I think it's a marketing strategy. I think they know that big girls buy swimsuits and they want to get in on that market because why not? Like, if all you have to do is like once a year put a bigger lady on the cover, you know, it's like that. Why not capitalize on that? Because
I don't think anyone who buys that magazine is doing it to buy swimsuits. I could be wrong. It's Sports Illustrated.
Well, look, it's dual thing. I think it's like dual. This
used to be handed out in the same way that the football foam was. Yeah. It was for guys to to get away from their bitch wives.
But it's twofold. Like it's like
it came with a subscription. I gotta stay on the top of Tom Brady. I gotta make sure he's okay.
Right.
I subscribe, and then they send me this. It's not porn. I'm not a scum. You're the scumbag. Look at you. He's just playing with his football phone. But I mean,
no, but like it's two things going on. It's like obviously it's obvious how it's advertising to men most of the time. It's hot ladies.
Well, it's just
but
it's softcore pornography. Basically.
It's softcore porn. But it is also advertising to women. Like it's going like it's selling a certain beauty standard to women. I don't think that's extreme to say.
No, on the. And not too abstract level, but look, it's selling a standard to women. Like, look, this is what your husband beats off to.
Right.
So if you want to feel like a person, you better look like this.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I guess I forget if they even list like who makes the swimsuit. They probably do. I guess.
No, they definitely. I think they do sell a lot of. I don't know. I
guess I'm wrong.
I've never opened one. I don't think.
Oh, I can't open it anymore because No, I never understood the whole into the magazine thing.
Yeah.
Like tissue.
It's probably involuntary most of the time, right?
What?
It's just a frantic masturbating that leads to you coming on the pages.
No.
Or do you think some people like the idea of coming on the pages?
Well, look, I mean, the whole like myth of it being sticky, I guess there's a benefit to that, but then yeah, I mean, it's not exactly. It's not like you can grab it like a sock and just go, you know. I don't know. I feel like it's just kind of. It seems gross to me.
Right.
Look, if you're going into the magazine, it's not a cup, right? It's not a sock. It's not staying in the boundaries of the magazine, probably. So it's going to go all over, like all over the kitchen table.
Right.
Joke.
Yeah. Fair.
The idea is I'm in the kitchen table.
Yeah.
This is not the part that I wanted to focus on. The point is, look, maybe they're selling to bigger women, but the way they posed her wasn't the most flattering. And whatever. I mean, look, point is, either way, they were trying to make a thing like the lizard. Like, look, no, there is no such thing as beauty, and like, look, whether or not girls do self-harm because they see the hot redhead from the Russian redhead girl. Remember what I looked at?
The freckly
redhead girl from Sports Illustrated, that, and it causes them self-harm. Well, that's not good.
Right.
I'm all for, not bombarding, normal looking girls with like, this is what you are. And if you're not, you're scum.
Right.
I get it. But that being said, like, look, even when you take that into account, I'm not sure what Peterson was trying to accomplish. Because like, yes, they are like, I mean,
No.
they are trying to bombard us with like less, like, oh, it's okay to be fat, but like, I don't know that like most Americans are like striving to be. The evidence doesn't seem like we're all just like trying to be hot.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like we're really like striving towards a platonic ideal anymore, like of the human body.
Right. We're all just eating like most of us are just eating like cheese balls, those like air puffed cheese balls, and killing ourselves with jelly donuts. And then there's the hot people. I don't know where Peterson falls into this, but there is a certain level of like I see where he's coming from. It doesn't mean I agree with him.
Yeah.
But
and also it's like the guy it's like it is just the kind of rich coming from him, considering that like a glass of apple cider puts him in a coma.
Right.
Like it gives him a seizure if he drinks apple cider.
It's a good point. It's like maybe you're the bastard of health, dude.
Yeah, there's a middle ground here.
Yeah. No amount of authoritarian tolerance will make me digest apples in a normal way. But then he got really mad that everyone was mad at him, and he stormed off Twitter. Apparently, he announced that he was getting off Twitter. But I'm gonna check now. I think I don't know when, because I looked it up, and I'm pretty sure he was still tweeting. This is let's see, 8 hours ago. I mean, I don't know if other people are tweeting for him, but he did manage to tweet his Beyond Order playing cards are now available.
I think maybe his staff is tweeting for him now.
Maybe he just likes kids. Museum defends man dressed in women's lingerie playing Lego with kids. Maybe he just likes kids. I mean, does he have his staff making witty quips about the news? I don't know. That seems weird. Exclamation point on some guy. It seems like he's still on Twitter. He made a big fucking announcement how he's like, I'm telling my team to keep me off Twitter.
Yeah.
And is he Austrian? I don't know. So whatever. So I mean, I'm glad to see he's alive. You're not?
No. Look, I definitely don't want him dead.
I want him to be alive.
I would like him to be alive. I
don't think he does as much harm as like
getting out. Look, regardless, even if you are doing it just because like you got ratioed for randomly calling a model ugly, right? Like it's like I think any reason to get off Twitter is a fine one.
He hasn't gotten off Twitter as far as I could tell,
but I don't think he's gotten off Twitter.
No, it's fine.
Like when someone says defiantly that they're quitting Twitter,
they never do.
Makes a point of that. It usually does mean that they'll be back at some point.
Yeah, like in an hour.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, he's a weirdo, and but I don't think he's the most harmful guy out there. I don't know if he's really that much of a gateway to like white supremacy or anything.
No, I think he's much weirder than that.
Yeah.
Like I think that he's. I mean, I find the people who take him super seriously and make a point to call him Dr. Peterson, right. I find those people usually pretty creepy.
Right, but they'd be creepy anyway, and I feel like if him telling you to clean your room helped you...
That's fine.
It's fine, and it probably did help him. It's just, you're probably not someone who was like in a great place to begin with.
Right.
And also, I could clean my room. If he was actually giving advice on how to clean your room, I would buy the book because I'm a messy guy. I would love, if he was like a new Marie Kondo or whatever, I could use some help on that front. But you're
right. He is kind of a giant bait and switch. He keeps saying clean your room, and he never tells you how it's done.
Teach me about shelving. Yeah. How to store my like little knickknacks. Hey, but when make sure here's a tip: take the garbage out when it's halfway full. So you always have available space to throw your garbage. So you just throw your garbage onto the kitchen counter out of frustration. I should write this book.
Right.
Ray Kump, actually clean your room. I mean, I think that first tip is like, and that's something I just came up with on the spot. We've talked about how we because you're a little messy too.
Yes.
Not as bad as me, but how, part of the problem is that we let the garbage get full. And that's my new tip is that we empty the garbage when it's halfway full. And so we always have space in the garbage can instead of just throwing it on the kitchen counter. We might as well just throw it on the floor. I'm a little bit. I'm a problematic person, but for all good reasons.
Yes.
Simple reasons. 12 simple reasons. How else can I, make money off of this? So, that's coming soon.
Should we try to get you on Sports Illustrated?
I mean, look, if this woman, I guess people would argue that she's in better shape than me, even though she's, also overweight, but I'm more overweight. But they seem to be saying it doesn't matter.
Right.
So, yeah, put me on the cover.
Yeah.
Also, I'm a man. They don't seem to have men. But whatever. How much does it pay?
Yeah, no, good point.
How much do you think it pays? Google
I
that.
don't know.
Google that. I want to know. And then we'll go.
They give they give you an iTunes gift card.
Well, for how much? I mean, how many songs? How much does swimsuit cover make? Cover model make? $6,000.
Okay, the median salary for Sports Illustrated swimsuit employee is about $70K per year.
$70K?
Yeah.
For just to be in it at all? I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Shane, but not $70K, Shane. Cool. So, you gonna reach out to whoever runs that?
Yeah, totally. Like I'm basically gonna pitch that it's you and like in a slick pair of swim trunks, right? And then in red ink painted on your chest is just gonna say, eat my dick, Dr. Peterson. It'll be revolutionary.
All right. But is it ink or is it blood?
We leave it up to the imagination, but it's blood.
Yeah. I'm gonna be a little embarrassed, like that person with the hill in the cab.
You can use that. They
I can use the money.
People
All right. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this show, you can sign up for our Patreon. The link's in the description. You get an extra episode every week for $5 a month. I think it's a pretty good deal, fair deal. So if you sign up for that, you can see us in a few days. Otherwise, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Have a great week.